What is good, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. KG is back with the transfer deadline day stream. I think this is going to be the first of a few, I would guess. I was hoping that this day would be a lot quieter than it looks like it's going to be. I think if Leeds United are to keep, I think we all know who we're talking about, the big three, it's going to be a massive task. It's going to be a huge task. And just when you think Everton aren't a threat, all of a sudden they bring in funds and it's like, okay. But listen, we'll talk about that in just a moment. Please hit a like on the video, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and drop your comments below. Thank you to Tim Hurst and William Morrison for the super thanks on the last video. Much appreciated, guys. But yeah, this day, man, I was hoping it was just going to be more about incomings for Leeds United, but it seems that we are at risk of losing one of them. We are at risk of losing one of the big four, big five, and it ain't Dan James. So forget that one. Before we get into it, let's just get on with Cody Drameh, who's moved on loan to Birmingham City. Confirmed this morning, Cody Drameh, Leeds United wishes Cody Drameh all the best as defender moves to Birmingham City on a season-long loan. Phil Hay then expands on it, in that Hull City did try and make a permanent offer, but Cody couldn't agree terms with them. He will be out of contract when the loan ends, and Birmingham have an option to sign him permanently. And something that came up yesterday was about, will we get compensation? Well, the deal involves a low fee. I don't think it's going to be more than six figures, if anything. But Birmingham will be paying all of his wages, and because of his age, Leeds can secure a compensation fee for him despite him being out of contract next summer. So, and with that as well, by the way, it's not just a case of offering them £100 a week and saying that's the contract offer. You have to be sensible. It has to be something that an arbitration will look at and say, well, he's obviously worth this much to Leeds United. This will be the compensation involved in the move. Because if you offer him £100 a week as a joke, as I've seen some people say, you will not get a lot of compensation back for him. So the offer has to be worthy. So as long as Leeds United offer him a contract before he exits, we will get a small arbitration fee for him next summer. But yeah, Cody Drameh is gone. And by all means, when he, just looking at some of his quotes when he signed for Birmingham, it's all about getting first team football for him, having a fresh start. And good luck to him. Absolutely good luck to him. T85 just saying, morning KG Power. Fingers crossed we get our targets and keep Cine at the very least. Oh, yeah, Sinister is the one that's worrying me the most. I think with the Gnonto one, it was always in the background bubbling away, and you just thought there is a chance that Willy Gnonto could go, and it's been made even more likely with some of the information just coming up here. Viduka in the house. Going to be a tough day keeping hold of players today, Cage. You just hope the board can hold strong. That's what we've got to hope, and at least the board will be strong, by the way. They will sell for the prices that they deem the players are worth. So we're not going to be undersold by any stretch of the imagination, but it works in tandem. I had some comments yesterday about we don't need to sell these players. We don't need to sell them, but if a club comes in with an offer that Leeds deem worthy and the player wants to leave to go to a higher league, then we will have to say yes. It's one of those where as long as they meet the valuation, then that's the buying club's part done. And if the player then wants to explore that option, you can't really say no. You can't really say no as much as you want to hold them hostage, because then you're not doing your part as a club. You're not taking care of the player in that way. Because if you're getting underbid, then you can say, well, we wasn't getting offers worth that we deem you're worth. But if they do bid what you're worth and you still say no, you're kind of doing shady business on your part. But people won't look at it that way, but that's how it works in football. So yeah, so there's Cody Drameh. Wish you all the best, man, and go and smash it at Birmingham. So here we are. Ryan Taylor, who's very good, who's a very good reporter and gets a lot of stuff right. Dialogue remains open between Everton and Leeds for Willy Gnonto. Everton also discussing a possible move for Sinistera. Somerville was considered earlier in the transfer window, but he's expected to stay after Burnley bid. And just on that as well, I mean, Phil Hay, we talked about it yesterday, Burnley having a 20 million bid rejected, but Phil Hay reiterates this morning that Somerville's seen as a key member of Farke's team and won't be allowed to leave. So I'm not really worried about Somerville as such. I think Somerville will definitely stay, but it's Willy Gnonto. And then when you look at the moves that Everton are making, they're about to sell Iwobi to Fulham. I can't believe Iwobi's costing so much money these days. I mean, he cost 35 million to go to Everton. Now they're about to get 22 million for him. So that will be 20 million in the coffers. And then you add on Tom Cannon, who is going to Leicester City for around 7.58 million. Oh, it looks like Everton are raising the funds to get their number one target, which is and has always been Willy Gnonto. So if we get to keep Willy by the end of the deadline day, it will be great. But at this point in time, the way I'm feeling right now, before middays even hit, it's going to be a tough ask. It's going to be a tough ask. Um, People stupid. Costa Agenda saying you think City will leave. Who knows? Who knows? We'll see. I mean, the Saudi Arabia window doesn't close until later than this one, so there's always a chance that he could go to Saudi. I get the feeling with Lewis that he wants to go to a higher league kind of thing rather than it being a money issue. But you just never know, people. You just never know. So let's get this transfer window out the way first, and then deal with the Saudi Arabia one another time. Gavin saying, I can see a 30 million bid in coming in. Yeah, I get the feeling too, Gavin. I get that sense that Everton are about to make the deal to what Leeds United won. And, the big rumor was that it was, what was it, around 32, 33 million plus a couple million in add-ons, which would make around 35. I can see Everton bringing that in. And of course, Willy Gnonto has already agreed terms with Everton previously, so that won't be an issue. He wants to move, and again, this thing about why would you want to go to Everton when they're going to get relegated? Players don't care about that. They will feel that someone like Willy Gnonto will feel that he can be a big part in helping Everton stay up. As I'm sure Jack Harrison thought that when he rushed his move through before that loan clause expired. So it's not always about the standard of the club. Sometimes it's just about the opportunity. And if he performs well at Everton and they do go down, he'll probably get another move somewhere else. It's just the way of the football world, people. That is how it works. So it's not about Everton being a poor, looking club that look like they're going to get relegated. It's about the opportunity of getting back to the Premier League. And obviously the Euros are coming up, so he's got more chance under the new Italy coach of being seen at Premier League level rather than at Championship. What Paintsil? Why is Paintsil? Is he's going to Burnley? I'm sure the last thing I saw about Paintsil is that he's going to Burnley. I'm not sure why that name's still cropping up, but yeah. Oh, I mean, what Oscar Bob for Willie Orsini? That is not nah. Nah. And that's the issue. That's the issue that you've got there. When you're talking about Willy Gnonto or Sinistera leaving, any replacement that you're talking about coming in isn't going to be as good. That's just obvious. But not no Man City youngster. I don't care how highly rated Oscar Bob is. I don't care. That is not a replacement for Willy Gnonto or Sinistera. No chance. Hannah saying, I'm in the Braves position for the next 12 hours, re possible big outgoings. Yeah. We thought it was going to be smooth sailing, didn't we? But we forgot this is Leeds United and it's not always that simple. So it's going to be one to watch over the next hours. And we'll just have to see if Willy Gnonto is going to be here along with Luis Sinistera. If we was to lose both people, the window goes down drastically for me straight away. You don't lose quality like that, not replace them. I'm sure Leeds United would try and replace them, but you're not replacing that with whatever we can get on deadline day. No chance. Captain Elwood, what left back targets are we after? None that I've seen. None that I've seen, and that's another thing, man. We need a left back in. It's just so obvious. It's beyond obvious. We need a left back. So I hope Leeds United are working on that in the background, and we can get something done on that end. Just to show another one as well. James McAtee leaves Man City and he joins Sheffield United on loan. He was tempted by Leicester, as we know Leicester were in for him as well. But the love of Premier League and the emotional connection to Sheffield United too much, because he was there on loan last season. He was a big part in them getting up. And James McAtee now goes on loan back into the Premier League to Sheffield United. So it just shows you we're not the only team that gets gazumped or has targets taken away from us. James McAtee would have been a real good addition in this league again because he was good last year. I feel he would have been even better this year. He still had a bit of rawness in his game, which I think he would have polished up for this season and made Leicester even more formidable. But yeah, he's going to Sheffield United. Um, so yeah, Liz here saying the big money is in the Prem. That's why we need to keep them players at any cost to help get us back there. Yeah, 100%. And as long as there's willingness on the players' part to stay, as long as the bids aren't met, I need to make that clear because I think people just think that you can just keep players no matter what. But it's a business at the end of the day. And if the players have been told a valuation that the club expects and the buying club meets that valuation, as a player, you would expect the club then to accept. Otherwise, the club is going back on their word. And it works both ways. Loyalty in football or business in football works both ways. And if a club comes in and meets the price for Gnonto or Sinistera, the players have every right to accept that, to hope that the club would accept it. Um, Gary saying Farker's press conference in 2 hours, so we might get something from the big man regarding Willy Gnonto. I wouldn't expect anything, Gary. I wouldn't expect anything in regards to any moves that haven't actually been made. He probably talk about Cody Drameh, but he won't talk about anything that's in flux. I would not expect that from Daniel Farker, but if he does, it's a bonus. But I wouldn't expect anything in that press conference. Uh, Okay, Martin saying hi, KG from Bangsera Beach, Thailand. It will be morning for us when the transfer window slams shut. Yeah, 11 p.m. tonight, people. Greenwich Mean Time. 11 p.m. will be the deadline date. I'm hoping we do all our business by then, knowing we can just chill for the last couple of hours. But that is the deadline day, so just be ready for anything that will come up. Uh, but yeah, so that is the latest, people. Let me just check because as you can imagine, things change by the minute here. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy what's going on. Deadline day is always a madness. So let's have a look. Uh, can't see anything. No, can't see anything. So yeah, so yeah. Listen, people. Um, okay, yeah, let me just get this one. Viduka just saying, I can see Nanto leaving, to be honest. And the worrying thing about Cine is he clearly doesn't want to play in the championship. Plus, he's taken a massive pay cut, close the window now. Yeah, listen, no, I've said so many times, and I think people are getting it all confused with players that are remaining here that they want to play for the badge. No, it's not that no one wants to play championship football. Absolutely nobody. In fact, a couple of them will be happy that we're back in the championship because it won't show up their weaknesses so much. But top players like Sinistera, like Gnonto, who can go to the top, don't want to be in this league. And you shouldn't begrudge them that. You shouldn't be hating on them because they don't want to be here. I don't want to be in this league. You know, I don't want to be here. I might activate my non-promotion clause, but I don't want to be here either. So the players want to play at the highest level possible. And obviously wages come into it as well. They want to get back to the wages that were on before, possibly. Gnonto probably wants to go to a high wage, knowing his standard in the game today. So yeah, there's all kinds of reasons, but I just hope that Leeds United can stand strong and we can resist it. But Everton have moved diligently today. They've gotten money. We'll see if they meet the valuation. But people, we, oh my days, Scott, it doesn't work like that. Why don't we just put Cine back on his original wages along with Gnonto and Somerville? Yeah, football don't work like this. You'd have to get them to sign new contracts. And if they were to get their original wages again, even though that just wouldn't be viable in the championship for a starter, then they would possibly want other clauses inserted. And it's not like Leeds United could say no because they would want these guys to then sign a new contract just to get them on the original wages. Football's just not as simplistic as that. It just doesn't work like that. But yeah, listen, people, I'll be back at some point in the day. Look, things change all the time. Whenever I'm free, I'll try and jump on and go live. So yeah, just hit your notification bell on the channel just so you know when I'm gone live, and we'll keep a lookout for the news together because it's going to be mad, people. Listen, we're still apparently in for Matt O'Reilly. That still isn't dead. Apparently, we're apparently going to go back in for him. So let's keep an eye on that. And please, Leeds United, get a left back. Hit the likes, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one, people. Peace out.